Hello everyone, and thank you for coming to spend a few minutes with me today on this video. I wanted to take a minute. I haven't done a video in quite a long time, and I wanted to share something with you guys that I'm really excited about, something I haven't been this excited about in quite a while. So this might be a little long video, but I'll try and keep it as brief as I can to explain what it is I'm doing. So over the last few years, like so many people, I have felt really conflicted about the way things are going in our country, economically and in various other ways. And so I have been wanting to purchase precious metals to get to a point where I feel like I have diversified how I keep my money. So I've spent years trying to find a good way of doing this. I've tried companies like you hear advertised on the radio all the time, like Goldline, and there's one that Bill O'Reilly recommends. And I tried going through both of those companies, but both those companies handle their gold and silver purchases in the same way. They want you to send money to them, put it in an account, and then they'll tell you how much gold you can get. Basically giving them control over your money until such time as you decide what you want to do with it. But now it's kind of a joint account where they seem to have more control over it than you do. And that sent up red flags to me. And they're a major company and they've done this for quite a while, so they must have a good reason for doing it that way. I could just never figure out what it was. And every time I tried to deal with them, the process was so obnoxious and so complicated that I just ended up just telling them. The one company that Bill O'Reilly recommended, I reached out to them and they started harassing me almost daily with phone calls. Hey, do you want to buy gold today? Do you want to buy some silver today? It was just constant. It was overwhelming. It was obnoxious because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I had several different of their associates call me and try and get me to buy gold. And they wanted, and both of them sent me different account numbers that I could send money to. And I'm like, I don't want to have two different accounts. Like, why are you sending me different account numbers? If you guys are all in the same company, you should have an account number that would be assigned specifically to me and not have two different accounts from two different associates. Right? Anyway, the whole thing just seemed like a hassle and overly complicated. Now, my wife and I have bought silver off and on throughout our marriage. Just as something, one, I like to do stuff like that. And two, it was just a nice way of having our money in different forms instead of just paper money. As we've seen throughout the world multiple times with Germany and Brazil and Venezuela and several other, well-known examples, currencies can drop. Currencies can go to zero overnight. In the Weimar Republic, that's what happened to Germany just prior to World War II and Hitler coming to power, which is one of the things that drove them into the waiting arms of the Nazis. So it's never a good thing. And so, there's stories of people that were hauling wheelbarrows full of money to a store to purchase something. They'd go into the store, come back out. The money would be laying in a pile because somebody stole the wheelbarrow because it was worth more than the money that was in it. And I've heard that happen several times in history. So I just think it's a good idea. But it's been a struggle for me to find somewhere to actually get silver or gold or whatever I wanted to purchase. I've ended up going into the coin shops here in town where I live and trying to buy silver from them. But you don't always know exactly what you're getting with them, and you always hope. I always tried to stick to the stuff that I knew, like American Eagles, silver or gold eagles or whatever, but usually something that was I could trace to a specific mint that had done the coin. So, and some examples of that are like this one I bought about 6 months ago. It's let me see if I can get a good picture of that. It's a kangaroo, or it's a roo, which is minted in the Australian mint. Then there's There's this one, which is a gram of gold, very small. And this one's minted in the British Mint. Those are some that I bought 6 months ago. I took most of the money out of my 401k for the company I'd been working for at the time and converted it all into precious metals. Now, it wasn't a huge amount. I hadn't been with the company very long, but I just felt like that was a better place to put my money than in the stock market and stuff. I mean, we all know what's happened just recently with the FTX, I think is what it was called, which was a crypto market exchange that was run by this crooked little guy who'd got his fingers into government and bought off a bunch of politicians and celebrities and stuff to endorse him to get people to invest their money in his cryptocurrency, which is just imaginary money, in my opinion. Never had a lot of faith in cryptocurrencies because I don't believe in something I can't hold in my hand. Even a paper dollar bill is still something you hold in your hand. So it's just, I mean, that just collapsed and cost all of its investors billions of dollars. And that's just it. And people had, I mean, big unions and other places had invested in this company that just collapsed. And so all the people who had 401ks through that lost money. Now, they may have not lost billions, but they still lost money. 2008, when the housing market collapsed, people lost a lot of money in the stock market because of what they'd been doing with housing and with home loans. So I just felt like it was something that was important. So over the years, let me reach down here and grab this. My wife and I bought some of these. You may recognize them if you've bought gold and silver at all. This is 20 ounces, and they're basically 1 ounce coins. This is the Indian head. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but that's 1 ounce of silver, and there's 20 of them in each one of these little containers. Now, just in case you guys are thinking, hey, he's got silver and gold, let's go rob him. I don't have enough to make that worth it. But that's one of the reasons I'm excited about what I'm going to talk to you about today. I recently started my own company, driving or trucking, and where I haul hay for people and stuff. And I was really blessed and lucky that one of the guys that I haul hay for told me about a company called 7K. It's a company that was started in Idaho Falls, Idaho, by a guy who had experienced being in a country. He was in this country apparently serving a religious mission for a church. And while he was there, the country's currency collapsed. And he got to watch firsthand the struggles and the trials of the people who overnight couldn't buy bread, couldn't buy milk, couldn't buy anything because their money was worthless. And the lesson that he learned from that, now he's a very wealthy guy, so he did what he could to help these people. But you can only do so much in that situation. So he did what he could, but when he came home, he decided he was going to help people find a way of putting their money into things that had more intrinsic value. And things like gold and silver, they have intrinsic value. This is a real thing that you can touch and feel and hold in your hand. And despite the fact that value of silver and gold, pardon me, has gone up and down over the years, it's never been worth zero. Gold and silver are always worth something. Overnight, it's not going to go from $37 an ounce to zero or nothing, because that's not how gold and silver works. Gold and silver always have value. That's why at one time the United States based their money off of the gold standard. Every dollar that was printed had a dollar's worth of gold to back it up. We don't do that anymore, thanks to Nixon. And now we have a government that's printing trillions of dollars, and you're watching the price of milk, bread, cheese, anything you buy in a grocery store go up. But you're not getting any more for the same money that that you paid before. You're paying more for the same amount of product. And that's inflation. That's what that does. And I'm no expert on any of this. I want to make that clear. I am not giving you a financial advice or anything like that, but this is something I'm excited about because it gives me an opportunity finally to do what I've been trying to do for years. So 7K Metals is an opportunity for you to buy metals directly from a company. Okay, and there is no, you've got to give us money and put it in your account, and we're going to hold it ransom until you decide to get gold. This is it's like basically like going to Amazon. You pick out the coins you want, you tell them what you want, and then you pay them money, they send you the coins. That's how it works. There's no, you don't have to set up your own special little account and put money in there before they'll even talk to you. That's not how it is. You do have to set up an account, but it's just so that you have an easy way. It's just like Amazon or any other online business, so that you have a direct way of dealing with the company. But you're not being asked to send them money and then they'll tell you what they'll give you. Or you can decide once the money's already in their hands. It's just a normal transaction, which is what I was looking for. Now, the other cool thing about 7K is that you can set it up on what they call their autosaver program, so that you buy one coin every month. So it's no different than if you had a savings account where you were depositing $200 and some odd or whatever into this account every month to help you save. Well, that's what this company does, except you're putting that money into gold and silver. Now, gold and silver goes up and down just like anything else, but like I said, it's never been worth zero. So it's always going to have some kind of value to it. So this is the first order. One of these is one of the first orders I got. This is I think it's a 1 gram gold coin. It's a Pegasus. I know you guys can't really see that on this video, but it's Pegasus. This is part of a series of Greek mythology that they're doing. And that's the cool thing about 7K. Now you can do the bullion. You can just order bullion coins, which is worth the actual price of silver, and this is what the autosaver does, is it allows you to buy specialty coins. Now this one's called the Legacy of the Pharaohs, and I don't know how well you can tell, but there's 3 different distinct pharaohs on there. And then on the other side, it shows a picture from where it was minted, but it's also got an overhead view of the pyramids of Giza. Now, they do these specialty coins all the time. The guy who designs these coins is world famous for doing it. And they're worth more because they're special. They're specialty coins. And they do loads of them. They do series with Abraham Lincoln. They've got one right now with Chinese war heroes. And then one of my favorites that I found is this one. Now, I don't know how well you can see the detail on that, but this is an X-Wing fighter from Star Wars. This is 1 ounce of silver, and it's been pressed into the shape of an X-Wing from Star Wars. Now, I'm a science fiction buff, so I got this one. But it's solid silver. And they all come in these cool little cases that you can, and then they have things you can stick these in, boxes or books and sleeves and stuff that you can stick these in so you can keep them. But they're worth more because they're specialty, because they're collector's items. Each one of these coins is a collector's item. Like say, you can either buy the basic, you can buy bars, you can buy coins, you can buy ingots, you can buy all different kinds of silver and gold through this company, and they're just marketing it direct. You can also do this as a business, which is kind of a little bit of what I'm doing, and that's why I'm telling you about this. It is a multi-level marketing, but not quite in the same way that you would think of multi-level marketing. Now, when I heard about this and heard it was multi-level marketing, I was like, no, not just no, but heck no. Because I've been burned. We've all been burned. I don't know anybody that I know that hasn't been burned at one time or another in some multi-level marketing scheme. From Amco or whatever it was called back in the 70s and 80s. We got into one that did phone service that was supposed to be this big, great thing. And people get involved in ones that do health drinks. My brother and sister-in-law got into one from down in Utah that was this health drink that was supposed to save you and cure everything. And I mean, there are so many out there. Then they're never really what they're supposed to be. or they want you to order a certain amount of product, whether you need that product or not. And that's how they make their money. And with this, you don't have to order anything if you don't want to. If you don't want the autosaver program, you don't have to have the autosaver program. I want it just because this is something I've been looking for years. And that's why I'm telling you guys about it on this video. Because I know I was looking for something like this, an easy, simple, straightforward way of buying gold and silver. There's 2 different membership forms you can get in. There's one at $199, and then there's a $5 or a $4.99 one. The $4.99 is if you're going to do more of the business aspect. You get a couple little bit more in-depth ways of tracking, you know, how much is being spent and whatnot and stuff. But for the most part, the 2 memberships have almost the same exact things. And you can do the business even at the $1.90 or at the $199 limit. You may not be able to track things quite as easily as you can with the higher one. But this is a great company so far from what I've seen. Like I said, I've only been in it a couple weeks and I've already got my first order of silver. I was so excited and so ecstatic because they have so many different coins that you can choose from. They've got historical coins that celebrated the 80th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. There was a really cool 5-ounce coin. It was about this big around that had an overview of the Arizona and the monument for the Arizona, and embedded into the silver was an actual piece of the deck plate from the Arizona. Now, it's not like they went down and ripped a plate off the Arizona to do this. It was a plate that had been replaced and they found it in a shipyard, but it was from the Arizona, and they got that and they put it inside the coin. It was really cool. Just some really neat collector stuff. And I'm excited about this because, one, I want the silver, and I mean, just for an offset of having something saved that isn't paper money and isn't in a bank and isn't somewhere that can be taken away from me at any given moment, without me shooting people who are trying to do that. Anyway, but this has been really fun, and the guy that I have been learning about this from is just a really great guy, Ken Torgerson. And he brought this to me, and mainly because I had told him that I had been buying gold and silver with my 401k money. And so he brought this up to me. And it's been such a blessing so far. And it's been fun to look at all the different kinds of coins. They do weekly coin drops where they have specialty coins they only have like 500 that have ever been printed. They just did one like a week ago that was a Mongolian wolf coin. It was so cool. And I missed it because I wasn't right there and stuff. But they have different programs where if you bought too many coins, they have something called stack and sell. You can go on and sell your excess coins and other people can buy them, and it's all verified. That's the best thing about this. All of these coins I bought are guaranteed to be 99.99999% pure silver. And like I said, so the silver, you know that the quality is good. They have experts that go out there and research this stuff and that help them design and make and mint the coins. Like I said, and so you know you're getting good quality silver. You're not going to get scammed by this. And that's what I was looking for, because those other companies made me feel like I was part of a scam. And I mean, I was looking for this, so I'm telling you about it. Because I was looking, maybe you are too. Maybe you're looking for a way to buy gold or silver or have something to offset things if there was a crisis or something happened. And given the rate at which our government and governments around the world are printing money, it's probably a good idea to have some little bit of financial backup and stuff. But don't let the MLS or the multi-level marketing aspect of this scare you. They are a legitimate company. They are in the black. They've already made their money back. You every time you buy one of these coins, you get points for it. The specialty coins, not the bullion coins, not this kind of stuff, because they're selling this. That's the other cool thing. This stuff, bullion, everything, they are selling this to you at cost. Like, they're not making any money. If you go and buy Silver Eagles, Gold Eagles, or whatever, they're selling it to you for what they paid. They make their money off the specialty coins. And then that's how you make money with them, is to help sell these specialty coins and stuff like that. But like I said, it's not like you're getting scammed, because you're getting something that's worth something. If I hold on to this for 20 years, it's still worth something. You go buy a bunch of makeup or vitamins or whatever through these other multi-level marketing programs and stuff. Yeah, that's going to go bad in 6 months and it's going to be worthless to you. Or who needs 600 boxes of vitamins? Honestly, you're just ordering stuff because you have to order a certain amount of stuff every month, whether you can use it or not. This isn't like that. You can keep this forever. You can pass this down to your kids. I mean, this is something real, and that's what makes me excited about it. That it's not just some thing. This is something I was looking for anyway. They're just helping me get it. And if I decide not to do the business, or you just want to get in to get a coin every month or whatever, and you never want to do the business, because that's kind of what, when I got in, that's what I was going to do. The more I've looked at this, the more I've thought, well, if I was looking for this, maybe there's other people are too. And maybe they'll want to do this as a business to help people they know that are looking. And I know that's the way all multi-level marketing things kind of try and tell you, but this is a simple one. You have two teams, you have a left and a right team, and there are no levels. There's like, this just goes on for infinity. The bigger your team gets, the bigger your team gets. And you can will this business to anybody you want to. You don't lose this. If you die and your business and you're making $2,000 a week, $3,000, $4,000 a week, you keep that business. If I died, I can will it to my wife. If my wife died, we can will it to our kids, and they've got income for as long as people are buying gold and silver. And here's a little secret. People have been buying gold and silver since the beginning of time. So I don't think that's something you can go wrong with. But like I said, I'm doing this because I love coins. I love the collecting the stuff, and the coins that they are making are so cool. They've got some of the coolest designs and different things. They've got one right now that the guy designs stained glass windows, and he has designed a gold leaf that's about the size of a baseball card, and it's flattened gold that has had color and stuff overlaid on top of it, and it looks like a stained glass window. Beautiful, really cool. I mean, there's just lots of different things that they're doing and stuff for collector's value. The guy that got me into this, Ken Torgerson, was telling me he's been in it for 5 years. He's made over $130,000 on commissions, and from the business that he got into, and he said he didn't even do it really serious for quite some time. So this is an opportunity for you to make money, but even if you don't want to make money with it, this is an opportunity for you to save your money, to put it into something real, to put it into something that has value, and that's what appealed to me. It's something I wanted anyway. This is just a good way to do it. And it's an automatic way to do it so that I don't forget, because that's one of my biggest problems. I've wanted to go get silver forever and ever and ever, but then weeks and weeks and weeks go by and I think, oh, I was going to go buy some silver. I should do that. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. And I do that all the time until years and years have passed and I haven't bought anything. But I've sure wasted a lot of money on soda pop and everything else that will never actually benefit me in any way other than to make me fat. Anyway, I know this is a long video. And if you have any questions or if you're interested in this, get a hold of me. Send me a message. Shoot me a comment. I can tell you it's 7kmetals.com. Really simple. You can go take a look. If you're interested, let me know, and I can help you get involved with it. If you're not, cool. Just go look at the coins, and I mean, you'll be impressed. It's a pretty cool company. They're doing some really cool stuff with their coins, and it's something that I wish I'd have found years ago, quite honestly, even just to buy the silver. Even if I didn't want to do it as a business at all. Like I said, I was looking for a way to buy silver and gold and couldn't find anywhere that I felt comfortable or safe with the way they wanted to do it. So this gave me that opportunity. If nothing else, get into it for that, because it'll help you get something you were looking for anyway. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye now.